Hello my beautiful humans and welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk to you guys about my postpartum journey so far. Everything that I went through from literally giving birth to now. I am 2 months postpartum and I'm feeling absolutely amazing. So just to make sure that you guys know, everybody's journey is so different and I'm sure that my second baby is going to be so much different than my first. So I just kind of wanted to go over and maybe this can be like a video that I can look back on. I am going to update you guys on what my physique looks like 2 months postpartum as well. If you don't follow me on Instagram, definitely follow me. I do talk about it in my story quite often, what I'm doing, what's going on, and I do post little updates as well. So don't mind my crazy hairdo today. I am extremely exhausted, but I'm finally having a moment to be able to sit down and talk to you guys. So anyway, let's get into it. To talk about postpartum life, I did not have any stitches, no tearing whatsoever. I was pretty lucky. I had the epidural, but the epidural kicked in as soon as I gave birth, so I wasn't able to get up and really feel anything for the first hour. But that being said, I was fully I wasn't even all that tired. I felt amazing. I felt like everything went really well, and pushing out an 8-pound, 6-ounce baby, I was actually shocked I didn't tear. But that's just how it works. Like, not everybody does, and I was super lucky and grateful for that. That being said, I was still bleeding. So I was bleeding a lot. Like I said, I did talk about this in my postpartum essential video, so if you guys haven't checked that out, I'll leave the link below. But I was bleeding, and I believe that you always do no matter what, but my bleeding didn't last very long. I was bleeding for only a full week, and I really had a hard time pooping. So I did have to take stool softeners, and I think I didn't poop until about almost 2 weeks. It felt like I was going to tear something down there when I felt like I had to poop. I was very cramped up, but I think that's just how it works. I don't know, but I had a really hard time pooping, and I just, even to this day, I am still having like really big stomach issues. Don't find my poops are normal whatsoever. I don't know what it is. Like, anytime that I eat, I just feel like extremely bloated. But I'm hoping that I will get some answers, or things gonna get, I do have to say, like, they are getting a little bit better. So I can't say I don't feel good. Like, I do feel amazing. There's just something not going properly in there. I don't know, like, my poops are just not normal still. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, that's a whole other thing. I just feel like my stomach is just like having its own issues. But yeah, so I made a list here. So if I keep looking down, that's why. So I made a list of little things I want to talk about. I had some people ask me some questions, like, how do you have time to eat? And honestly, like, I didn't. For the first 2 weeks, I think I had like 2 meals. It was such a struggle to try and get into a routine, figure out this mom life, try and figure things out, because I know that breastfeeding, I had to make sure that I was eating. I really wanted to make sure that I was getting protein in my body at least 3 times a day, having full big meals, and it was a struggle. It really was, and I think that now I'm finally getting into a nice routine to be able to eat my full meals and snacks in between, but it is still difficult, and I highly recommend, and I wish I would have done this before, prep some meals, frozen meals, put them in the freezer, have everything ready for whenever you have your baby, especially being a first-time mom. Like, you don't know what to expect, and you feel like you got this, but you really don't. Like, you need to eat, and I felt like that was one of the things that I regret not doing, is definitely make some meals. But I was lucky, like, Tyler was making me meals constantly. My mom came over, she was very helpful, so things kind of just all got put together. But I also didn't really have a big appetite and struggling to just breathe. I was very overwhelmed, so whenever I feel that way, I had no appetite. So that was like the first 2 weeks. After that, everything started to get like a lot more normal, and I felt a lot better. Like I said, I am starting to eat more consistently. I am pretty good at knowing how much food I need to eat throughout the day, but breastfeeding, I know that I need to eat a little bit more, and I feel like that's one thing I 100% want to work on. And there's just so much to know when it comes to breastfeeding, and yeah, I don't know, it's super stressful knowing whether or not you're eating enough, you're not eating enough, and that's just like a whole other topic. That was like the most stressful thing that I went through postpartum, is just not knowing whether or not I had enough in my system to provide my milk supply. I didn't know if my milk was gonna come in or not, and everyone told me it does. It comes in, it could take like a week or 2, and honestly, I think it was like day 5 that it came in. So once my milk started coming in, like, everything seemed to be okay, and then my baby started puking. So that was a whole other stressful thing. People were telling me it was a dairy allergy, it could be like an egg allergy, it could be nuts. Like, that stressed me out so much, and I feel like that was another reason why I had no appetite. I wasn't myself, because I just didn't know like what was going on. And all you want to do is just help your baby and make sure that you're giving everything it needs. Like, I just want to make make sure I was eating properly, I was eating healthy, and I always have been like that, so it was really, really stressful. You just gotta make sure that you make time to eat and do whatever it takes to prep those meals. Even if you have an hour of your time, that's definitely gonna help you just relax and make sure that everything is gonna go well postpartum life. Okay, so let's talk about postpartum depression and baby blues. So those are two different things, and I actually had no idea about baby blues. I honestly was always told like, oh, make sure you're aware of the signs of postpartum depression. Like me and Tyler talked about it, and just to make sure that we were like well aware if it were to happen. I did not have postpartum depression, but there still is a chance that I could get it. I believe you can get it within like the first year. So there's just a lot of signs to be aware of for that, and it's extremely, extremely important to make sure that you know the different signs if you are struggling with postpartum depression. It is extremely, extremely serious, and I just want you to make sure that you have the support around you. There's so many support links online, people to talk to, so just don't do this alone. Like there's so many people. Even message me, like I will be here for you. Like do not do this alone. I did have baby blues. I don't really know all that much about it. All I know was that I was always crying, and it was like being sad, being also happy. I was always just like crying of excitement and happiness and just overwhelming feelings of having like a newborn, being a first-time mom, not knowing what to expect. Anytime I was holding my baby, I would just start crying. It was actually embarrassing, and I don't know. And there was just a day where I was like, I need to go to the shower, and I would put music on and I would start crying in the shower. I was just feeling really, really happy. I feel like everything was going well. I was just obsessed with my baby. I still absolutely am, and I still cry to this day, so I think I'm still going through it. Who knows? Yeah, okay, let's talk about the things I had no idea that was gonna happen postpartum. One, I didn't think that I was gonna bleed like a period. I really didn't know that. I read online that you bleed, but I didn't think it was like that. It was super strange. I didn't know that your butthole would hurt. Like, it sounds crazy, but I didn't know. I didn't know that was gonna be a thing, but apparently it is for everyone. I don't know. It's just like there's a lot of pressure, and it's crazy. Like you feel like your kuka area would be a lot more sore than your butt pressure area, and it's not true. In my case anyways, my butt felt really, really strange. I don't know. Another thing is they never told me about how freaking thirsty I would be, especially breastfeeding. I'm always wanting to drink water, which is a good thing, but yeah, I'm just always thirsty. Like it's crazy how much water I'm drinking now. Like I used to drink a lot of water, but now it's like twice as much. It's wild. Another thing to talk about is boobs. My boobs are 3 times the freaking size they used to be. I was an A, B cup, okay? I was part of the itty bitty titty committee, and let me tell you, I'm part of the large titty committee now, okay? They are huge. I don't fit in any of my sports bras. I don't fit in any of my regular bras. I had to purchase nursing bras. To be honest, I don't even wear bras half the time because they're so uncomfortable, but they do feel good whenever you wear a bra because I hold them up, you know, and it's like less pressure when your boobs start to engorge, especially if you're breastfeeding. But no one tells you how big your boobs really get. Let's talk about my weight loss journeys. Pre-pregnancy, I had a 6-pack. I had a goal to be as fit as I possibly can. Honestly, like my goal, I always said before I was getting pregnant, I wanted to achieve a really big goal of having a 6-pack and be extremely fit. I had little to none body fat, but I felt really good. I wasn't like unhealthy. I was eating a shitload of food. So believe it or not, you eat a lot of food by building muscle, and it was such an incredible journey. So whenever I got pregnant, I was weighing, I think at 120. I'll post a picture here of what I look like. So now I actually have no idea how much I weigh. Whenever I had the baby, I gained 30 pounds, I believe, on the dot, and I lost a lot of muscle. I worked with the body that I had before, and I think that's why I look like the way I do now. Let's talk about my fitness journey. So now, being 2 months postpartum, the gyms are still closed. I have little to no motivation right now, but I am eating very healthy. I've been keeping track of my nutrition. I'm taking my supplements. I'm taking my prenatals. Right now, my main focus is to be there for my baby and to make sure that I'm healthy for him. I am looking into writing my own little fitness plan, and I'm hoping to get really back into it, whether that's 3 days a week, 4 days a week, even 1 day a week, and starting to lift some weight. So I do have a little bit of a body goal now, and I do want to build more muscle. Do I want to get a 6-pack? track? Absolutely not. That is not, I'm not gonna stress myself out on what I look like before. I don't really wanna risk losing my milk supply, so I just wanna stay healthy. I wanna make sure that I'm eating properly. I do wanna start counting my macros again and getting back on track, but not being as strict with myself. I don't think I have anything else for you guys postpartum. It was just like a quick little update for you guys. So I am gonna show you my physique now, and yeah, so anyways, let's get into it. This video, and if you guys did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.